Okay, we're here in the forest. It's the 21st of March 2016. We're doing one of our first night investigations for this season. We've only done one other prior to this, which was blinking cold, so we gave up without any action. But I'm with my colleague here tonight, and he's going to tell you a little bit about his perspective on things.
So, yeah. So, um, when I know my colleague,
Yeah,
um,
I'll safe.
safe. I know my colleague from well, we must have known each other for about 6 or 7 years now, and uh, we've been on little adventures throughout our time. We lost contact for a year um, to for some certain reasons, and one day decided to meet up again. And during that meeting, I discovered what my colleague has been up to in his time away, and it's a little bit of a. It blew my mind to begin with. I thought he was a complete idiot, um, and now I think he's a complete idiot for different reasons. And following it through, knowing what I know and what I've experienced, um, to be told during a sort of a casual drink that you're looking for a Sasquatch out in the UK is something that you think, well, yeah, okay, what's he setting me up for now? What prank is he playing? Does he want to take me out into the woods? Knowing my colleague, as we call him, if we call him Squire, knowing Squire,
It's Billy Bigfoot on the.
Billy Bigfoot, he's probably got a costume of a Sasquatch, ready to pounce at me. So my initial thought was he's just setting me up for a prank because that's what we were like, or he's just gone mad. Anyway, I heard him out and I listened to his story. At the end of the night, I still thought he was barking mad.
It was a difficult one to explain to you, wasn't it?
I
Let's
couldn't get,
face it.
I couldn't get it.
I
I couldn't process it. I just didn't know what you were on.
I just said you've got to have an open mind about this
I thought I'd
because
been away from you for a year and you've just gone mad. You've been watching too many films, reading too many
yeah,
books, reading
yeah.
into things. Anyway, we at the end of the night we agreed to meet up again, and I actually agreed to go along to the to the uh, to the forest to see what he was on about. But I mean, I remember being at the time not being available to go out for a night exercise. We came during the day, and we went to was it
Site 4.
Site 4,
Yep.
um, where I saw my first ground stick. I believe. Well, it became one ground stick. Then it became two, and then it became
Yeah.
three. And they were blue.
Yeah.
They were. Yeah, there was quite a
There was
few
no
of
there
those.
was no logic behind them, was there?
There wasn't, no. But me being me, it could be anything.
Yeah.
We're in a forest. Trees fall from the sky. From like the
Well,
tree. Sticks fall from the trees.
Can
And
embed themselves in the
embed
ground.
themselves in the
Yeah.
ground.
Yeah, that's
And
and
then
happens naturally.
What made me?
Well, I showed you the tree arches,
Just
didn't I?
the other thing. I'll go into that. The tree arches were something that were completely. I couldn't sort of get my mind round that. The only logical explanation for that, or skeptical explanation for that, for me at the time would be it's probably a scout group um, doing something
Bushcraft.
bushcraft, yeah,
But
or
for
something
what
like that.
purpose would be?
I don't know.
Yeah, unknown.
Anyway, I this is during the day.
The pine tree.
The pine tree being stripped and
One side.
only on one side. I mean, things were starting to. Unexplainable things were starting to happen. But at the same time, you just don't. You think, well, if there isn't an explanation that you can think of, surely somebody else could think of something to explain this. So I just carried on being a bit of a skeptic, thinking, well,
Yeah, well, you would do.
well, for instance, perhaps there was a bit of forestry work just for one side of the tree. I don't know why, but for some reason they might need to do that.
Yeah, right. It could be a bushcraft person just
Bushcraft
wanting
person.
to make it a small shelter, but
Somebody tried applying a trick on my colleague. Somebody seeing him going about looking for a Bigfoot.
no. Well, how many
I think
people do
we'll
you
have
see
him
here?
on here.
How many people do you see here?
Well, besides that one dog walker that first night, nobody else.
Yeah.
And then I remember coming. I know this is backtracking a minute. One of the reasons I did come out here was the video evidence that you produced to me the night before we.
Yeah.
we
Well, leave that out. Leave that out because nobody knows about that.
Okay. Well, well, that's for episode 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was. So by the end of that day, I was beginning to think perhaps
maybe
there
I
is
should.
more to this than I thought.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we got the smell.
Yeah. We were inspecting.
That was
a tree that had been pushed over, but another tree had been pushed under the roots, hadn't it?
That's
another
right. There's no
a big tree. So there's no rational explanation for it, was there?
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
The
What we were referring to as the
Goldilocks
zone. Yeah. I'll talk about that in the future, but.
Basically, we started to make our way through these conifers, and the most rancid smell.
Yeah.
Just wafted past us both.
Yeah.
It was there, and it could have been my colleague passing wind, but it wasn't. It must have had a really
It was
bad
putrid.
curry
It was
that night.
real putrid, and it was overpowering. And I was quite a few.
It was.
I was about 10 feet away from you, wasn't I? And I said to you, "Do you
yeah.
smell that?"
Straight away, but it was there, and then it went.
It was
about
5 second burst, and it was really intense, really strong. And
really
if it was
strong.
something being carried on the wind, then
I can smell it thinking about it.
Yeah, it was rancid, wasn't it? And I
Right
pre-warned you.
up the
I pre-warned
nose.
you that if you get into close proximity with alleged Sasquatches, then they do give off these pungent smells. And I've had this experience quite a few times, and you can't explain it because there's nothing around you to. And I've done research to find out if there's any chicken farms in the neighbourhood, and there's nothing.
No, it didn't make sense, that.
No.
Skeptical thing, but it could be a bit of gas from one of us. But it wasn't. It was too putrid to.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to be ill if you're gonna.
Yeah, it was rancid. It really was rancid. So that was the
that
daytime.
Was daytime, wasn't it? And then we went. Was it about a week later, or maybe a couple of days later? I don't know. But we decided to do
an evening.
It wasn't dark. It was evening, and this is around about
June.
Sort of June, June.
So it was light in the evening, quite
May,
late.
June-ish.
June. It was June.
And so yeah, we went out again. I don't think we discovered much that second time. I mean, apart from the obvious sort of ground.
We did hear. We did hear wood knocks in the distance.
Was that
didn't we?
Yeah, but we didn't really take much notice.
No,
of it.
no, we didn't.
We didn't look into it as deeply.
No.
I mean, the wood knocks really became sort of a focus that night when we got them on the third night, on the camera.
Yeah.
We got some really good evidence of that, and there was many more than what the camera picked up.
Yeah.
Many more. They were very loud.
This being our first experience at close proximity, we did bug out, didn't we? We
were in the car, weren't we? We decided to drive through part of the wood. This was off the. This was back on the track. Wasn't it?
When we heard the wood knocks.
On the third night.
Yeah, on the third night. We were here. Yeah, we were here, weren't we?
Was that when the camera caught it was sound of footsteps around the?
Yeah.
It was rustling because.
Yeah. You could hear footsteps moving towards the camera.
Yeah.
And then
it cut off though, didn't it? It cut off after the second one, didn't it? Or
well, it ran out of it ran the cycle, didn't it? A half an hour cycle.
Ran out of memory, I think it was on the.
It was either the memory or the cycle came to an end, but it ran out between the first and the second. Yeah, that was crystal clear. If you and I will be releasing that at a later stage, but it's definitely wood on wood. Definitely wood on wood, and a lot of people have said that they clap, but that was definitely not a clap.
That was wood on wood.
Yeah, and you could hear the footsteps wandering around.
Well, when you released the video, they
Yeah.
They will know.
I mean, you can hear it. You need to use the headphones to actually listen to it. But when you're in the wood and your only sense, because it was so dark, it was pitch black, you couldn't see very far. 3-4 feet ahead of you, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that. It was really dark. Well, actually, it wasn't. It was dusky dark, wasn't it? It was turning. It was turning.
Yeah.
But it was definitely dark. You couldn't see that far ahead. So you're using your hearing as your most powerful sense.
Your best sense. Yeah.
And so you hear it that much more acute than you do on the video. But the video was a lot closer to it. That's the strange thing, isn't it? But yeah, we had a crystal clear woodknock recorded. And
yeah.
who would be in the forest that time of night?
Well, that time of night, what would you say? It must have been about 10.
Well, it was June, July, so it would probably be half 10.
Dark.
Yeah, it was
about 10.
10, 11 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was dark.
We remember the excitement
No moon.
when we heard that woodknock.
Yeah.
When we went back to study it on the laptop,
Oh.
we honestly thought we'd lost it. We honestly
Yeah.
thought we didn't catch it. Because
Yeah.
we heard it crystal clear. We heard both crystal clear. Did you see that?
What? Did you see a bright flash?
No, something moved down there. It could have been
Oh, I use the headphones.
hang on a minute. See, this is what it's like.
Yeah.
We're just going to be quiet a minute. What we're doing is live.
You can't see a thing, but we've got the
Trouble is when you
parabolic ear.
when you're out here, your senses are so tweaked.
Yeah.
And so
Not your eyesight. Your eyesight is useless. But we have got a little bit of moon tonight. But your hearing is that much more acute. So this is why the
might not have been.
the parabolic ear,
I didn't pick anything up on
the
here.
bionic ear is the most powerful tool in the forest.
Can't hear anything.
All right. Well,
Continue.
this is the thing. We don't, when we come here, we don't do wood knocks. We don't do anything out of the ordinary to attract attention, like calls, call blaster, or anything like that. We just come in here, let them know that we're here by making noise, walking through.
Then we sit and wait.
Sit and wait, and sometimes we're lucky. Other times, not so lucky. It can be flat, but you do sense that when they're around, don't you? You do get the EBGBs.
You do.
You do get the sort of the heckles up on your neck.
Yeah. There's something that you feel. I mean, and now that we've got more and more technology with us, it is a little bit more reassuring.
Yeah.
It does make you a bit more confident, but
Yeah.
we are getting a bit used to it. But even tonight, we're still a little bit on edge because you just don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Ever. I mean, sometimes we could.
Every
come out
night is
here
different,
and
isn't it?
will be nothing.
Yeah.
And sometimes we could have so much activity that and that's the trouble. Sometimes it happens. We get so much that you just get excited and then you forget to. It happened. You go back. Oh yeah, that. I remember we did it. Here's something.
Well, you didn't know the logic. Yeah, how it happened.
You know.
Yeah. What happened first? Was it that or that?
Yeah, that's right. You can't structure your what's going on. Yeah. But I mean, so we got the wood knock. And there were the 9 wood knocks, wasn't there?
Oh, that's that at a later stage. No,
time,
but at that same time that we
it
had
wasn't that same night. It was
But what I will be including along with this video is, you know, the spy camera that was positioned near the nest. Oh, we haven't mentioned the nest, have we?
We'll go on to that in a minute.
Yeah.
I want to go on to my sighting.
The same night that we got the. It was the same night, wasn't it, that we got the.
Yeah, it was that night we set the
spy camera over there.
We caught the wood knock on
Yeah.
the camera.
So we had one that was directly ahead of us, and there was one to the right of us.
That's right.
And that one's the interesting one because not only does it record something bipedally moving towards the camera, it must have been 7 foot over 5 foot tall,
Mhm.
because you could hear it actually touching the twig that the camera's
Mhm.
positioned on. And just like in America, you also get the interference with the cameras, and that's been recorded on that camera. So I will be producing that very soon.
It's very frustrating. What's
It
happened?
is, and how many times have you had cameras fail?
Oh, I die all the time.
Yeah, one. Well, we'll go on
That
to.
wood knock, it failed a second after the wood knock
Yeah,
was heard on the camera.
yeah,
2 seconds later, the camera failed.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if it ran out of battery. I can't remember if it ran out of battery or lost memory, but
It was either out of
sod's
memory or end of cycle, or I
It's just
can't
awful.
remember
It
exactly.
was
But
bad luck.
we were thrilled to bits that we recorded
Oh,
the
yeah.
one and the footsteps.
I remember your face when you.
I
When I
was
said
I was over the
I heard
moon.
it first, didn't I? I said,
Yeah.
"We got it, we got it."
Yeah, no, nobody will believe us.
No.
Yeah, literally, nobody will believe us. But we have got something recorded. Now, yeah, we could be making the story up, but hand on heart,
Why
I'm
would
not.
we be coming out here for now over a year?
Yeah, doing this.
Making this up when we could be at home with our attractive wives.
Well, that's very
You're
true.
one of
And
them,
why?
your birthday tomorrow.
And why-
Have your Mrs. birthday
Yeah,
tomorrow.
and why would I be spending so much money on new technology? Because I would have to say, a lot. I've purchased 3 thermal cameras
Well, let's
in the
go on
time.
to the thermal cameras.
Yeah.
Now the thermal cameras were worth it for me. Squire here hasn't actually had a visual yet.
Well, I
Visual
believe I
sighting.
have
You have?
on the
kept this
thermal,
quiet.
but
Oh,
the tree peaker,
sorry.
but that's
Yeah,
not
but you weren't
not as
100%. So
no.
you're not.
Well, I'm pretty damn sure, but yeah, I
It would've
can't
been
be
very
not
odd.
like you, you.
Well, should we go on to that then? Or would you want to save
Well,
that
the
for another
9
day?
9 was that.
Well, this was the nest. Okay, we discovered the nest. We actually discovered the nest that first time. Actually, I forgot to mention that. That first night that during
First
the
ever
day,
time,
first afternoon we
yeah.
came out.
Yeah, we thought,
We
well,
got the rancid
this is.
smell, didn't we?
Yeah, we came over here.
Oh, this is something else. Can you hear this?
Yeah, we've had
There's
we've
so much
had
to report,
problems.
isn't there?
We've had problems, which is spooky.
Every time something happens, this helicopter seems to be
Yeah.
above us.
When we get very significant contact, we get
This
army
same
helicopters
helicopter.
coming over the top of us. Not literally within half a mile, quarter of a mile. That's quite a distance actually. But one night we had them flying right over the top of our heads, twice. And that was the most productive night we've ever had here. I'll talk about that later on.
And I think we would have got first contact, official contact, if it weren't for that damn helicopter.
Yeah, I think so too. I really do, and we'll get to that, but we'll go forward onto the. Was it the 9 wood knocks first?
Oh,
That was
no,
before
it's
the thermal.
second time. So we had the 2 wood knocks, but we only caught 1 on camera. Now I think about it.
Yeah.
And the night after, we got the 9 wood knocks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The
And
following
I
following
think
night
we caught them
investigation.
did we catch them on camera?
We
I
caught
should
5.
remember.
Yeah, we caught 5
did,
on
didn't we?
camera. Yeah, we caught 5 on
So
camera.
It was along with my commentary, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Same time, how nervous I was.
Yeah.
Because we actually went towards them.
Well, we went to turn on the camera, didn't we? At a safe
Yeah.
location because we'd left it ready for the night so we can go and actually start it when it got darker. So we were wandering out that way, and then bang, wood knock.
Yeah.
Ooh, did you hear that? Yeah. And then bang again, wood knock. And these were reasonably close, weren't they?
Well, they would only be probably between 5 and 10 seconds apart each time.
Yeah. And
Actually, probably the last few were a bit further apart. But,
Yeah.
as far as I remember, they would. I mean, we were so excited that you don't.
Well, the adrenaline really was kicking in,
Yeah.
and that's when we were fumbling with the thermal cameras, looking in all directions to see how close we were, and we didn't see anything on thermal, but nonetheless we switched on the camera, another camera, to start recording. We picked up, I think, 5 5 or 4 of the woodnocks. One was particularly quite close, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
And again, the camera picks up the noise,
Seems to
but
get further
when
and
you're
further.
in the forest and you hear that, it really does.
Oh.
It gets the adrenaline kick in.
Well, a lot of the time we're out here and nothing happens. So
Yeah.
when something does happen,
Your senses
you're
are on
just,
edge. Yeah.
It does make it all worth it. It's why we keep coming back.
Well, we know they exist. We know they are here. We know categorically they are here. I know people in the UK would totally disbelieve us, but we can tell you, hand on heart, we have a repeated experience with these
We have a
forest people.
concentrated area
Yeah,
where they
we
are.
know where they.
And it's not a particularly large wood. That's why we think we're getting so much activity.
Well, it's reasonable, and they do appear to be static, don't they? They do descend, come out from a point of origin at night, and sometimes they come past us, sometimes they avoid us. But anyway, moving on. So we heard those 9 woodnocks, and they disappeared because I think we were moving on towards to switch the camera on.
Yeah,
and then
was right. And we caught the last remainder.
But that was with the handheld camera that we were walking through the wood with.
When the first swap came.
Yeah.
We had no reason to record until they started.
Yeah. So we recorded those, and we switched on the camera, then came back to sit in our normal place and sit it out, and nothing happened. I think they probably came to spy on us, but they didn't make any contact.
No.
So moving on to the next opportunity was the thermal.
No, we had a couple of nights of nothing happening.
Yeah, we've had a couple of nights in between these that nothing to report.
I mean, obviously we saw the ground sticks during the day, but besides that, there was nothing else really.
Yeah.
But anyway, the thermal. Now the thermal is brilliant. Should we mention the badger, or should we do it?
That was later, wasn't it? That was
Yeah.
another night.
Yeah, that was a bit of a.
That was scary.
We'll go on to that another day. We'll have to tell them now anyway. But anyway, we'll get back onto the thermal. So we got the thermal camera, and we were here at the same site where we sit, site 4, and
6.
6. And we. It must have been about it was quite a late one, was it? About 10:30.
Yeah, we were
11.
getting ready to sort of pack up because we thought usually we get
an hour,
activity
every hour.
fairly soon in the night.
Usually
But that
when
night
it
we
comes
didn't
onto
get
the
it.
hour, we say we'll go. Once
Yeah.
it gets to 11 or once it gets to, well, sometimes at 12.
Yeah.
And we were just about to pack up, and there was a noise, wasn't there? There was a noise over by the nest.
Big crack.
Something was moving
Branch.
about by the nest.
Yeah.
I had the thermal camera with me at the time. I was next to me on the seat, and I looked straight over
An
there.
ex-fire department, fire station thermal camera, so it's bulky.
Battery.
Really good though, but the
really
battery
good.
ran out after 10 minutes. It's
So you had to pick your moments.
can't get the same sort of batteries for it.
So I point the thermal at where we thought the noise was coming from, and it was coming from by the nest.
Yeah.
And I was shocked. It took me a couple of seconds to process what I was seeing, and I've drawn a picture of what I saw. But there was a very large, humanoid-shaped thing the other side of that nest, to the right of the nest, in fact, with its shoulder to us. It was walking away, well, at an angle away, but it was his shoulder, and I could see the head. And I was stunned. I I didn't know what I was seeing. Is this really happening to me?
Yeah.
Considering my colleague has been out many more times than me, and he hasn't actually had a visual at that point.
Yeah. You were first to see it.
It annoyed you.
Yeah.
I passed the thermal straight to you.
Yep.
Look over there, quick.
Yep.
And you
I couldn't see
you
anything.
couldn't see anything, could
Nope.
you?
Nope. It had gone.
Gone by then.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. How quick?
It was. I've got a daughter. I could swear on my family's grave. I know what I saw.
Yeah.
And I saw a huge.
And let's
about
face it,
6, 7 foot.
Well,
It
no,
must have been by the
no, it was
drawings.
it was it was more like 8 foot because you had
Or
um,
by
the size of the
height
nest,
of the
which
nest.
we only gathered after the daytime, or once we switched the lights on, we
We had
pointed
no
in a general
reason to measure
direction.
it before then.
No, and then we can only just see over the top of it, and you couldn't see the body, could you?
No, I couldn't see the body, but I could see halfway. No, I couldn't see the say where the belly bit would be. I could see probably from the halfway up the body, from above the belly button. So
Yeah. So we're looking at, if I was standing behind it, you could barely see the top of my head, and that's
Yeah.
6 foot.
Yeah.
So we're talking 8 foot, 2 feet over and
I could
above
see half
the
of
size
the
of
back,
the nest.
shoulders,
Yeah.
and of course the head.
So that was a prime.
Arms seem to be. Well, I mean, the thermal is pretty good, but there wasn't any swing to the arms. It just kind of. I didn't really see an arm, to be honest. It was kind of like they were solid next to the body, stuck to the body straight. But I only caught it for a second, and when you're so excited, it took me to process what I was seeing. I had to go home that night to draw a picture before I'd lost memory of it.
Yeah.
Um,
Any shoulder? I mean, you had broad shoulders.
Broad shoulders, very broad shoulders.
And much of a neck.
Well, no, I didn't really see.
Yeah,
much of
because
it.
the drawing showed sort of a head
big head
being enveloped into the shoulders.
That's right.
Um,
I've got a drawing at home still, so
yeah,
I've
yeah,
signed
please,
it, so when we
please.
discover
Yeah, please.
Bigfoot, it will be as popular as the Mona Lisa.
Wishful thinking.
So yeah, that was my big event.
Yeah, and we stayed here and we talked on microphone exactly what we'd seen, or you'd seen, and I'd heard, because I heard all the movement. So it was definitely something big there.
We had the bionic.
We did have the bionic ear, but we weren't using it because it was so close to us.
Yeah.
Are we talking only No, I pasted it out, didn't I? It was, about 95 feet. So,
Okay.
yeah, very, very close. Very close. And the thermal for the that we had was a very good thermal. The only problem was the battery.
Yeah.
We haven't. I've got a FLIR.
Well, this one takes photographs.
FLIR now, yeah. The other one didn't take photos, which is why I invested in a better thermal camera, or what I thought to be a better.
Not as good as the other one.
No, but it can take camera. It can take pictures, yeah.
And the battery lasts a lot.
And the battery lasts for hours, yeah.
Well, something we haven't mentioned, in fact, is the flashes.
Well, I wasn't going to go into that because
No?
that's a little bit too much for anyone to
Okay.
process.
Well, yeah, I think we probably.
We're still coming to terms. There's something unordinary about this whole experience.
Going on, but we won't go into that then.
Yeah. But could it be a human playing tricks on us?
Well, there's another what a skeptic would say. But who would know what we're up to?
Well, exactly.
Who's got the time to bother with us?
Well, look around it. Absolute.
Good night today.
Yeah, we've got a bit of moon. But
it's very nice on nights like tonight because we're not as on edge.
It's quite warm
And it's
compared
comfortable.
to previous time.
We'll probably spend a good few more hours out here.
Yeah. But we're not getting any activity at the moment.
We're going to camp out here one night.
Yeah, we're definitely going to camp.
We're getting a bit more confident now, and as it gets sort of warmer, it's getting the summer at the moment. It's March the 21st today, so it's getting a lot more comfortable to stay out here later.
Yeah.
Obviously, over winter, it's been very cold.